Hey, what's up, Fight fans? Manny here. I know I haven't posted in a while, but I'll be going over UFC 275 coming up this Saturday on June 11th. Yuri Prochazka against Glover Teixeira. I'm really excited about the light heavyweight title coming up, but I'll be breaking down each individual card here as I go through the groups, early prelims, the regular preliminaries, and also the main card event. So stick with me as I break this whole thing down. Alright guys, I'll give that intro a shot for a few months. We'll see how that goes. Moving on here, guys. Ramona Pascual against Jocelyn Edwards here on the early prelims here. Ramona Pascual coming in as an underdog here at plus 145. Also, Jocelyn Edwards coming here at a favorite here, 165. Both women coming off decision losses on the recent fights. Here's how I see it. Jocelyn Edwards is definitely going to keep this on the stand-up. I don't feel like she really has a significant takedown threat advantage. Ramona Pascual, I feel like she has that as an ace in her card. I don't feel like she can use it. I mean, she does have 3 takedowns in her last fight, but I feel like Jocelyn Edwards, I have seen her on her back. She just tread water a little bit when she's on her back. I do see the takedown advantage for Ramona. I do see Jocelyn Edwards being a more of a point fighter leading to a decision win. But at the same time, I feel like both women could be fighting for their contracts here. Part of me wants to stay out of this, but I do see Ramona coming in with a desperate takedown advantage. When I say that, I think she's going to be a little desperate to want to take the takedown if the stand-up doesn't go well for her. I feel like she still could go off on a little bit of shots. She isn't really smaller than Jocelyn, but we'll see on the weigh-ins. She's technically 5'7". I think Jocelyn's 5'8". That's what it shows here on the fight card. But we'll see how that goes in the weigh-ins here. Part of me wants to stay out of this, guys, but if you have me as an underdog possibly winning, I think Ramona's in that little pot there, that collective pot of other fighters that I have possibly winning as an underdog. I think Ramona could be there. I'm not really confident about that, guys. It is the first card on the pick, but we'll see how it goes. Next up on the early prelims here, we have Liang against Silvana Juarez. This is another interesting clash of styles here because Liang got knocked out by Carnelossi, where Silvana, she did get submitted by Demapolo, and that was an interesting fight because Demapolo came in with a lot of hype. She was really wanting to get off her recent loss, so I feel like she took out her aggression against Silvana. So unfortunate for her, but Liang coming in at a plus 130 against Juarez, coming in at a minus 150 favorite. So looks like the odds here do have Juarez here winning this fight, but it's not too confident if you look at the numbers here. Liang does have the submission advantage on paper, and it looks like Juarez here. I mean, her last 2 fights, there were losses against a submission. I want to say submission fighters, but there were submission losses. So technically on paper, it's like you want to say that Liang does have the advantage here, but she did get knocked out, and Silvana does like to keep the fight standing up. So will Liang be susceptible to want to stand up and not take advantage of her takedowns? I feel like that could be a possibility, but I feel like Silvana does have an advantage on the stand-up if what I see on paper does smell right. But to be honest, I feel like this is up in the air. This is not really overly confident. I do want to stay out of this, but I feel like the winner here could score a lot of points here on fantasy. If you want to take it that your advantage that far. Okay, if I had to bet this 5 times over, I feel like Silvana will take this. But Liang I feel like, okay, so if Liang wins, I feel like she could take it to I feel like she could finish it. I feel like if Silvana, you know what? I take that back. Switch that around. Juarez to finish it. Liang winner by decision. I feel like if you had either woman to win, Juarez is going to win by second round or third. Liang was going to win by decision just because of the scramble. I feel like that could possibly be it here. Just a scramble for position, jockeying for position. And I feel like Liang could score points if she does get that top advantage on the ground. Where Silvana, she has lost the submissions before. So I feel like this is a little up there, guys, but I'm not really too confident here. So let me finish off the early prelims here as I move on to Kang against the Batgerel Danaa, and we'll see how that next one goes here. Last up here on the early prelims, we got Kang against Batgerel Danaa. This is an interesting fight because it's another clash of styles where I see Kang having the takedown advantage if he switches levels against Danaa. Danaa having the more of the strike advantage. I feel like he's a little bit faster, even though he's a shorter fighter here against Kang. I see him here beating Mr. Perfect. Danaa here, the Storm here. I don't know how the logistics goes with traveling to Singapore with, Kang being from South Korea and Danaa being from Mongolia. I don't know how the traveling could be an advantage for each fighter, but we'll see on the weigh-ins. But if you have my opinion here, Kang will win by takedown advantage, where Danaa will win by stand-up advantage. If this fight goes the distance, I feel like Kang could win that fight, where Danaa needs to go for devastating blows to get this fight to the ground and maybe go for possible ground and pound against Kang. But watch out for those reversals because he could flip the universe just like Kang got flipped by Ronnie Yaya last time. So I'll go ahead and finish these early prelims here as my cat disrupts me here on my last fight card. Kang versus Danaa. I think Danaa is going to win this 7 to 8 times out of 10 against Kang, because I feel like he has a stand-up advantage where Kang does need to switch levels. If he can improve his level switching here, I feel like he does have the advantage. But even if he does, I feel like that can go to decision if he has enough takedowns to score points, where Danaa here does have the possibility to end this fight before this goes to any judge or any score. So Danaa before decision, I feel like he can end it by round 2 or round 1. Kang to decision by takedowns and scoring points.